Welcome to Sunrise Stake, the regenerative finance app that strengthens the Solana blockchain while using staking rewards to offset carbon emissions. Let's take a look at how you can stake your SOL to combat climate change. Go to app.sunrisestake.com and connect your wallet. Next, type in the amount of SOL you'd like to deposit and click Deposit. Sunrise is in alpha mode and will be audited in the future, so a dialog box with further information appears. Select I understand, then continue, and click Approve to approve the transaction. You'll see a notification that the deposit is successful, your SOL is staked, and you can also share the good news with your network on Twitter. While your SOL is staked, it's earning yield. This yield is used to retire carbon credits by buying and burning carbon tokens, so your SOL is offsetting emissions while you sleep. You can see here that you've received GSOL in return for your SOL, and that the total stake amount has increased by the same amount of SOL you just deposited. You can unstake your SOL at any time. To unstake, click Unstake and type in the amount you'd like to withdraw. Then select whether you'd like an immediate or delayed unstake, click on Withdraw, and approve the transaction. Your staked SOL will then be returned to your wallet. Now that you've seen how things work, let's take a detailed look at what's going on in the background. Depositing your SOL triggers two processes. Firstly, you receive an equivalent amount of GSOL in your wallet. GSOL is an SPL token backed one-to-one by staked SOL. Each GSOL represents one SOL and earns stake rewards for climate projects. And at any time, you can immediately convert your GSOL back into SOL. GSOL can be used in the same way as regular SOL by any protocols or recipients that support it. Secondly, Sunrise's smart contract deposits your SOL into the stake pools of Regenerative Finance and SolBlaze, as well as Marine's liquidity pool. And in return for staking SOL, Sunrise receives stake pool and liquidity pool tokens. To increase decentralization on the Solana blockchain, Marinade and SolBlaze delegate your SOL to a wide network of validators. Yield accrues on the staked SOL, and the value of these tokens increases. This yield is then transferred to Sunrise's yield account, which is a program-derived address, or PDA, that is owned and controlled by a smart contract, not a private key. The smart contract, known as the Yield Controller Program, buys the Toucan Nature Carbon Ton token, also called NCT. NCT represents a ton of carbon dioxide or equivalent greenhouse gas removed from the atmosphere by various nature-based projects. NCT is issued on Polygon, but Sunrise has bridged it to Solana through Wormhole, and we are currently in discussions with DeFi protocols to establish markets for NCT on Solana. Burning carbon tokens retires the underlying carbon credits and thus offsets emissions. If you decide to unstake your SOL, Sunrise calculates how much of its pool tokens to sell. Your GSOL is burned, and an equivalent amount of SOL is received in your wallet. Now that you know how Sunrise works behind the scenes, let's talk about why we believe staking in Sunrise is a valuable and impactful way to make a difference in the fight against climate change. The voluntary carbon market is growing as corporations aim to meet their promises of carbon neutrality. Tokenized carbon credits improve the trustworthiness of the carbon market by eliminating double spending and middlemen. The Nature Carbon Ton, or NCT, from Toucan Protocol is one of the highest regarded carbon tokens at present. NCT represents a fungible pool of carbon credits, each meeting stringent criteria for trustworthiness and impact. By burning an NCT, a portion of the underlying carbon credit is taken off the market, which is equivalent to retiring it. Every Solana epoch, Sunrise buys and burns NCT, and by doing so, adds demand to the voluntary carbon market, raising the overall cost of carbon offsets and encouraging the reduction of carbon emissions. At present, we believe Sunrise is the only Web3 protocol that operates such an automated carbon offsetting model. Most holders of SOL tokens don't stake their SOL. However, unstaked tokens aren't doing anything. It's equivalent to storing cash under your mattress. But by staking in Sunrise, you convert your SOL to GSOL, infuse your coins with your values, and have them work to achieve those values while you sleep. In the future, we have plans to help other protocols, such as NFT and DeFi protocols, accept GSOL where they would usually accept SOL. For example, let's say you're buying a Coral Tribes NFT that costs 1 SOL. You could pay 1 GSOL instead. This gives you an incentive to keep your funds staked, and the longer your funds stay staked, the more climate impact they'll have. In addition, staked SOL is delegated to Solana validators, so GSOL is strengthening the Solana blockchain and protecting it from 51% attacks. Looking to the future, our vision is to use the Sunrise protocol to create variants of SOL that send yield to other public goods. These variants would be fungible with each other through the SOL-based currency and encourage the creation of a values-based economy, an economy that's only possible in Web3. So head over to app.sunrisestate.com and stake your SOL to strengthen Solana and reduce carbon emissions while you sleep.